Welcome, one and all, to the North American Stock Car Racing Association and the NEXTEL Cup Series for round number 6 of 20 in the country of Mexico. For the first time in NASCRA history, we're going below the border. We are at Cerro, Torreon, which is a 0.763 short track, and it is super flat. It has been labeled the Mallory Park Oval of North America. I'm Steve Pace, and this is the Pace Network, and we're going to get right into the action, starting with our top 10 qualifiers. In 10th, there's Abel Sonona, followed by Keith Arlington in 9th, Brandon Allen in 8th, points leader, Rick Brody, and he's the points leader. Jeffrey Kelsey in 6th, Morgan Voorhees in 5th, Tony Santorini Jr. in 4th, Stanley McCarty in 3rd, outside pole is Chihiro Takayama, and on the inside row and pole position for Cerro Torreon is Clint Bush. 125 laps. Let's get right into the action. Pace car has come in and we are green flag. 125 laps around this extremely super flat short track. Stanley McCarty already going for the lead. Clint Bush seems to have a good run on the outside, and it looks like he's gonna maybe keep it. Into 3 and 4. Voorhees in 3rd. Wow, that was contact. But we're clear. Side by side drag race to the line. McCarty gets the lap. Clint Bush still hanging tough on the outside. We'll see if it sticks. Oh, someone has had issues. That looked like it was the 55 of Jay Sapphire. Something has happened to the 55, and yeah, there she is. Don't know what has quite gone on with the 55, but seems like there is a lot of damage under that 55. Let's take a peek and see what happened. At the green flag, oh, she just gets hard turned by Casey Paulson before she even makes it to turn 1. There's a ton of damage on the front of that 55, and that's a pretty heartbreaking start to Cerro Torreon for the 55, because she is behind the wall. Take a wide angle, and it's Stanley McCarty in the race lead. Angelino McKinney goes for 2nd on Morgan Voorhees. Kelsey and Santorini Jr. top 5. We've had some more incidents, because I see Butch Allison and Jordan Haley down pit road. And Sammy Killigan? There's Butch Allison there. Yeah, those are 3 cars. Something's happened. Let's go ahead and take a look at that as well and see what has happened. Still no yellow. Killigan's gonna get out there easily. That's good. So here we are. We're looking at Sammy Killigan. Oh, Killigan has some sort of issue, and then gets spun by Jesse Voorhees. But I also saw in the back that Butch Allison and Jordan Haley had some sort of separate spin. But that seems to be what has happened. Jordan Haley has a bit of damage to that number 64. He needs a lot better of a day than that. Killigan fighting with Earnhardt Jr. He is gonna get the pass made. The question is, what can Killigan do? One thing we've also learned is that Red Stallion Racing right here has an alliance with the Earnhardt Racing Incorporated cars. So 3, the 8, the 29, 31, and the 92, which also includes the alliance of, let's see if we can find them, Raphael McKinney and Jim Jerry Racing. Pretty sure one of them qualified somewhere. There he is. There's Raphael McKinney, and then there's Graydon Thomas right there. Both of them have made this race, and it is essentially one giant Chevrolet alliance. It's nice to see. Casey Paulson moving through the field. He is up to 18th. Nice going for him. I also saw him somewhere. We need to take a peek at the number 75. Where is he? There he is. That is, if you can even believe I'm saying this, that is Nick Holiday and Shizuka in the Cup Series. The number 75 for Bear Raven Enterprises. He's made this race and he's going to try it and have a very good one to inaugurate Shizuka moving into the Cup Series. We'll see how it goes for Nick Holiday. But yeah, it ought to be interesting to see what Nick Holiday can do in the Cup Series for his return race. So far, he is running 32nd, which is, oh, he just blew up. Nick Holiday has blown the engine in the Shizuka and is going to get turned by Patrick Raven. Raven gets hit by Roberts, Baines into it, and that's going to be a caution. There we go. We're under yellow. And that's going to be the number 75 out of the race. And Baines probably out of the race. But Patrick Raven might still be able to continue. A lot of smoke you can see through this front stretch. Oh boy. Let's go take a look and see what happened. So in 3 and 4, Nick Holiday blows up. Then, I guess, kind of cuts off the 6. Tommy Roberts gets involved, and Tanner Bain gets involved, and all 3 of those cars, the 75, the 56, and the 6, are out of the race. Tough break. Well, one car won't be making it back to the green flag, and that is Jeffrey Kelsey on the number 92. So, it's an ignition issue under the 92 for Earnhardt Racing Incorporated, and he's just going to go behind the wall. That's a tough break for Jeffrey Kelsey, who is running in the top 5. Well, it's been an absolutely disastrous pit stop for a lot of drivers, such as the number 8, but especially the number 3 of Stanley McCarty, who is in the 6th row back there in the lime green car. But the green flag comes back out, and it's Angelino McKinney in the race lead over Keith Arlington, John Johnston, Kevin Irely, and Casey Paulson. There's there's already some contact, and that is Vincent Fleming in the wall and Adrian Earl. No yellow so far. And I think that might put Fleming out. I'm not entirely sure, but Ernie Earnhardt Jr. is trying to get his left back. Fleming a lot of damage, but he'll keep going, I suppose. The Hot Tamales number 65 for Cavalier Motorsports is not really going the way he had hoped. Adrian Earl down pit road. She was involved in that little scuffle. Cody Atwater up in the tank. Everybody else seems to be straightforward and going. There goes Vincent Fleming down pit road. We'll see if he is able to get back out on track relatively quickly. Rick Brody is a lap down. Ooh, near contact with the number 97. Brody is 1 lap down. There's a couple of people around here that are significant numbers of laps down, such as the number 90, who is 3 laps down. It's a tough break. Voorhees is gonna get her lap back, or try to, at some point. But it's the number 82 in the race lead for Audi. Oh no. Oh man. That's heavy damage to the number 65. He's been involved in another crash, and there is no yellow for it. Marcel Aramindia has been involved. Some damage to the number 18. And let's see. Oh, there's some significant damage. The whole right front panel is gone. Right front fender. And I think that's going to put the 18 out of the race. There is no yellow, so I'm very intrigued to see what has happened to put the 18 potentially out of the race, as well as Vincent Fleming. Coming out of pit road, Vincent Fleming just sends it too hard into Olivia Reynolds, and man, there was nothing Aramindia could do. Interestingly, his engine was smoking, but it stopped smoking thereafter, and it actually looked like he was going to be able to get back out on track, but the damage under the 18 was just a little too severe, and so he did in fact go behind the wheel. Tough break. Well, Angelina McKinney is still the race leader as we look back at the front. Everybody has single filed it pretty much, so that's contact between Atwater and Drayton Thomas. Gonna keep an eye on that. Make sure they're not crashing into each other. And some near contact. One interesting thing that is of note. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. The number 8, who is Ernie Earnhardt Jr., is being rumored to potentially be swapping to a different ride within the Chevrolet Alliance to give some benefit to, I think it was, I can't remember, Raphael McKinney, to see if a change of pace does anything for the number 8, because Earnhardt Jr. has had a lot of years so far in NASCRA, but has not had a lot of success. His daddy-o is kind of tired of it, so there's going to be some changes made. It is believed to involve Keith Arlington as well. The number 29 of Kevin Ireland, who's actually currently sat in second. And there's number 8. It'll be interesting to see if anything comes of that. These are just rumors now that I've overheard myself, but could be some trouble brewing for Earnhardt Racing Incorporated. Imagine Raphael McKinney and the number 8. That would be something. Oh, looky here, we have a battle for the race lead. The tires are falling off of these cars. The tire wear is pretty intense because the heat is high, and with the relatively new pavement and how flat these curves are, these turns are, it makes it really difficult for the tires to not want to fall off the car. And Kevin Ireland has taken the race lead. Lap 53 of 125. We're breezing through this race so far. we've had one caution, but anything could change it at any moment. You just never know when someone's gonna have some sort of like mechanical issue or whatever else might happen. But so far, we're clean. Jerry Paulson into the top 10. It's good to see. Logan Podcharczyk with his new team. It's Sabco Juniper Racing. He's now teammates with the number 94 of Darren Carter. Right there. And I don't think Joseph James qualified, but the number 32, the Wendy's machine, is also his teammate. So now we have another 3-car Dodge team with James, Podcharczyk, and Carter. This was Barton Taylor and also Samco Racing Team that has been purchased and merged by Mark Juniper. Oh, there goes Morgan Voorhees. She just spun, and that's gonna cause a caution. And just like that, everything has changed. Let's go take a look at and see what happened to Morgan Voorhees to cause her to spin. A couple drivers are going to get their laps back via the wave around. Oh boy. So for the last about 30 laps, the number 99 and the number 0 have been sparring, and I guess Clint Bush just decided he was tired of it and takes out the 0. Morgan Voorhees was not very happy about that. Everybody's coming down pit road. Oh! What was that about? Abel Sonoda just runs into the back of the number 3 car for no apparent reason. And there he goes. He got a wave around. That was entirely strange. Oh. And Brandon Allen has blown up. The number 27 for Team Cerro has grenaded the engine, and he is out of this one for sure. Everybody else down pit road, nice and clean. Yep, looks like it. It looks like it's going to be Kevin Irely leading us out. Here we go. Race cars in. Green flag. Irely over Angelina McKinney and Casey Paulson. Butch Allison shoved in the middle. Therefore wide. Oh, there's contact. And there goes everybody. I saw John Johnston off in the background, and that's going to be a caution. There's been a big wreck. That was Sammy Killican, and there is Jerry Paulson with some big damage, and there is a lot to discuss right through there. So we're going to have to take a peek and see what's happened to Sammy Killigan and others. So out of 3, it was 4 wide. John Johnston goes off in the background. Sammy Killigan gets involved. Gets plowed into by the 19, the 06, and someone else. There's just a lot of chaos going on right through there. It's hard to tell exactly what's happened, but there is some significant damage on some of these cars. Greg Hayes has a lot of damage on that number 98. On board with Sammy Killigan, gonna get turned, get hit by Jordan Haley, by Takayama, by Graydon Thomas, and that's the end of the 72. A lot of smoke and a little bit of fire under that car. Almost every car has been unlapped in the process of this via the waiver rounds, but it's Kevin Irely over Casey Paulson and Gray Sachs for the lead. Lap number 68 at the 125. It's been a lot of clean racing and then absolute chaos. Here comes Abel Sonoda in, and I think that was Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Santorini Jr. that I also saw come in. Oh, 3 wide into 1 and 2. Artstu, Sachs, and Irving. Casey Paulson is running really well so far today. Oh, their big crash in the back. That was Irving and Gray Sachs and Irving. Caution's out. We're gonna have to take a look and see what has happened to bring out a big crash in turn 3. Coming into 3, Irving and Sachs are just gonna make contact and hard into the tires. I'm thankful those tires are there, because that was a hard hit for both of them. They're out of this one, and we will go back to the green flag as soon as we can. The pace car is coming in. Kevin Irely is once again going to lead over Casey Paulson and Ricardo Artstu, Wyatt Wilkinson, and Olivia Reynolds, who has recovered from an early wreck to be all the way up here in P5. Green flag is out, and Kevin Irely, a fantastic jump. He's going to clear everybody before even 1 and 2. Haley, and there goes Haley. Gets turned by Abel Sonoda. Is that a caution? No. But at least not yet. But, Mark Evans, way out wide. Jordan Haley has a lot of damage under the 64 now. And what I was going to say is Sonoda and Haley are the only lappers left in this race. Oh, there's 4 wide. Oh, man. This is getting really squirrely and really messy right now. Roberts into the side of Haley. Oh, my gosh. Ooh. We're fine. There's still 4 wide. Back down to 3 wide. Oh, McCarty into Willard. Oh, you've got to calm down, everybody. I think it's going to clear out just a little. They're 3 wide ahead. They're 4 wide again. This is utter chaos. They're 4 wide. McCarty, Bush, Sedgwick, and Roberts. We're gonna make it stick somehow. Thankfully, this is a very wide track, but they are getting really too close for comfort. And Kevin Irely is going to stay out in the front. But Casey Paulson there in second. On to lap 79 of the 125. Near contact with Abel Sonoda. Gordon Keller real slow out there. That's a tough break. A lot of damage to that 31. A lot of damage to the 64. Not even of his own volition. He just got straight up dumped by Abel Sonoda. Good on him for recovering that car. Rick Brody and Marcus Willard. That's contact between 2 teammates. It's gonna work somehow. Oof. This is stressful seeing all these cars get so close to one another. There's some more teammates and shenanigans right there. Bush versus Johnston. A lot of side damage on that number 96 from where he was unceremoniously sent out into the outside wall. Oh, there goes Evans and Earnhardt Jr. Someone's on pit road. I can't even tell who that was. Earnhardt Jr. hit the wall, but I don't think Evans did. Evans did. There's some damage on that. Someone is down pit road, and I have no idea who it was. I cannot see him. I might be the pace car, actually. Casey Paulson really closing down the gap on Kevin Ireland. Wilkinson up to third, Artstu in fourth, and Darren Carter in P5. It's clean so far. Let's keep it that way, folks. We don't want to be under caution for 80 laps. Everybody's clean. This is a race of attrition, I tell you. I'll tell you that much. Two teammates back to back. We already mentioned it, but Pucharczyk and Carter are teammates now, and so now they need to work together. They're both almost in the top 5. That is great to see. It's also rather interesting to see those two Dodges in the top 5, but none of Boyle Evans in the top 5, or even the top 10, or even the top 20. Especially when you consider Rick Brody is the points leader. Got Brody in 21st, Willard in 22nd, and Evans in 27th. They're going to need a little better than that to prove that they're still the top dog. At least for Dodge. Number 3 of Ricciardi is in 10th, but he just really battered up. Good on him for recovering so well so far. Also, right there on Kevin Ireland, the tires are falling off on these cars, and Casey Paulson is digging in deep. Side by side, and he's just gonna blow by the 29th. But it's still side by side. The tires fall off so hard here that by the end of the stint, you're losing 3-4 seconds. About a 25-second lap time if you're really fast. But now they are making sub-29s. But Casey Paulson is leading a race. Did you ever expect those words to come out of my mouth? Probably not. And honestly speaking, I didn't believe Trackhouse I didn't believe Trackhouse Racing was strong enough to put up a performance like this with Casey Paulson of all drivers. But we'll have to see if he can manage to stay out for him. Oh, Earl, what are you doing? Okay. Well, that's gonna draw a caution. Adrian Earl just dove in so hard and then just straight up drove through the 14 of Raphael McKinney. And we're under yellow once again. Lap 100 of 125. 25 laps to go. And we're under yellow. Let's go take another look and see why that even happened. On board the number 39, and she was 3 wide, drove all the way up that gap, and then just takes out the 14 for really no apparent reason, despite being several laps down. Stewards might have to have a talking with Adrian Earl after that one. Pace car is in, and it's Casey Paulson over Kevin Ireland in the race lead. For the lead, and Ricardo Artstu in P3. Haley and Keller way out in front. That's kind of strange. But Paulson's just gonna straight up run away. Someone's coming down pit road. I can't tell who that is. It's Jesse Voorhees. I don't know if it's strategy or something's wrong with the car, but she's down pit road. We have just over 20 laps to go. There's contact. That was Roberts and Holden. Clean. Somehow we're still clean. Paulson is just gonna see if he can run away with this, but Kevin Irely is dragging him down. Get through Jordan Haley. So far, so nice. And he really needs Haley to hold up the number 29, and that is exactly what is happening. Kevin Irely is held up by Jordan Haley, and Casey Paulson just keeps running away with it. A 2-tenth gap has become 1 full second and a tenth on top of that. Just because he was stuck behind the 64. And I see Keller and Willard? Of course, yeah. Keller and Willard. But they're fine. But keeping it pointed forward, that's 4 wide. Contact between Abarca and Sedgwick. Oh, it's fine. Holden and Abarca now. Haley's dropping like a rat. Don't do it. No, don't do it. Okay, we're good. McKinney. 3 wide. That's fine. The Keller's off in the back again. And this time, I think it was with Tony? No, it was with Morgan Voorhees, who is trying to stay on course. You can do a lot of lines at Cerro Torreon. Because it's so flat, you can get a good run on the outside, but because it's also so flat, it's kind of a strange apex. So if you misalign it somehow, you'll go straight off the course. Mark Evans in 5th. That's a good recovery. Oh, and we're under caution. There goes Jordan Haley. But not like I'm gonna pretend like that wasn't expected. Keith Arlington, of course, as well. Got spun there. We're gonna take a peek and see what happened. In 3 and 4, Marcus Willard is just turning and turning and turning and turning the number 64. John Johnston, an innocent bystander in that, and both of them go around, drawing another caution. This is what happened to the 61. Willard, once again, drives it too deep, 3 wide into Santorini Jr., and Arlington gets a little piece of the grass. Here we go. About to go back green for lap 117 of 125. Casey Paulson over Darren Carter, Kevin Irely, Logan Blajarczyk, and Rick Brody. Good start by Paulson. Barely making any gap to Carter. Irely's trying to make it some sort of lurch forward. The tires have begun to... You can see it. You see how much the 40 fell off there on the outside line? The tires are falling off these cars once again. Haley and Abarca down pit road. Oh, and there goes Keller. Is that going to be a yellow? Arlington down pit road. No yellow. We're not going to throw a yellow for that. That's more pain for Gordon Keller today. Brody in the top. And the top 5 once again. He's snickering everybody by performing so well. Don't turn Kevin Irely, please. We don't need any more cautions. We're gonna have 6 to go this time by. Casey Paulson trying to win his first race ever, and kind of shocked the entire paddock. Like, even shocked me as well. Because I would fully never expect Casey Paulson to win after the years of just lackluster performance we've seen out of Casey Paulson. Side by side for second, Kevin Eierly is digging in real deep, making a lot of time up right there. But does he have enough tire tread on that Earnhardt Racing Incorporated Kellogg's machine to get to Paulson? Out of 4, more people are coming down pit road. Do they have to pit? Can they make it on fuel? That is a question. Brody steadily surging forward. Darren Carter comes down pit road. He can't make it. Who can make it? Who has enough gas to do it? Coming to 3 laps to go. Casey Paulson in the race lead. A career high performance for the number 97, and he's trying to hang on. Rick Brody's coming down pit road. He can't make it. The tires are falling off these cars. Do you have enough gas, Casey? Can you do it? Coming to 2 laps to go, it's Casey Paulson versus Kevin Eierly, and nobody else. Does he signal? Can he make it? He's gonna go for it. Casey Paulson is gonna come around 3 and 4 to take the white flag. The first time he has ever seen it waiting for him. White flag for Paulson. Eierly's gonna need a miracle to do it. And he lost time. 2 more corners and Casey Paulson, as a North American Stock Car Racing Association NEXTEL Cup Series winner. Through 3 and 4, Blake Jarczyk has had a crash, but it doesn't matter. Out of 3 and 4, Casey Paulson becomes a NASCRA winner. That's the cutoff. That's really funny. But anyway, Casey Paulson and Trackhouse Racing are winners in the NEXTEL Cup Series. Did you ever see that happening? And it comes at our first foray into Mexico at Cerro, Torreon. This was a very chaotic race, but Casey Paulson is our race winner. Incredible. Well, folks, that's going to do it from me. I'm Steve Pace, and I'll see you next week at Talladega. This is the Pace Network, and I appreciate you tuning in. Goodbye.